Well, hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to my little gardening show. We're at the garden. I got the kids working, loving that.
You're not doing anything.
I'll be right down to help. Before we get down to the garden, let's go down. Hey, be careful with that, bud. I'll show you the greenhouse. All right, so I decided to bring all my plants out here. We don't have enough room, or we're not gonna have enough room so that everything can get like direct sunlight, but it's okay right now because I've got a lot of plants that just need kind of indirect sunlight right now. I've got 12 trays. There's 18 in a tray on most of these, but close to 200 plants. Down here, peppers, various kinds, tomatoes of various kinds. It's nice and balmy in here. More peppers here. Eggplant. I spent time labeling everything. They're in nice deep pots. They're not going to dry out as quick. They're going to have plenty of room to grow. Here's all my cold weather stuff that's been out here for a week. And you can see it's really taken off. That's a nice plant. That's my Brussels sprouts. We got a lot of stuff here. My sister's got all her flowers and herbs on this side. But there's not a lot of walking room right now. We are in the midst of a greenhouse project. My sister really wanted a greenhouse. So Harbor Freight was running a really good deal. I think they got it for like 200 bucks. Probably not as good a quality as this Palram greenhouse. It'll be interesting to see. I'll show you that real quick too. So we're kind of in the midst of the project here. Dad's been working on this. So I was gonna get these lag bolts in where we're kind of drilling down the foundation. It's a little different than mine. The greenhouse will actually sit a little higher by about 5 inches or so, and we're gonna have a different floor in here. My sister wants to get basically wood slats or whatever rather than the horse mats I've got in there. It'll be cheaper. It's going to be the same size greenhouse, I think 6 by 8. So we still got some work to do before we can actually assemble it. Getting the foundation's key, making sure it's secure so it doesn't blow away when the straight line winds and stuff come through. So we're working on that. I got all my plants in the greenhouse. Let me show you the garden. All right, so the kids are slaving away. Trying to anyway. We're gonna take down all this like dilapidated fencing and totally redo the whole thing. And talking with Dad and just knowing our time constraints and stuff, we're actually gonna do about half the size garden that we did last year in terms of just square footage. Hey bud, you guys are going to tear up the fence post. What are you doing? I don't want you taking the fence post out. I just want you taking the fencing out. All right.
This is so ignorant.
This is kind of ignorant, but it's all right. Anyway, we want to do about cultivate about half the space, but hopefully get about the same amount of production. Last year, everything was spread out too far. It was a pain to water. It was a pain to weed. It was just... it was more than what we could reasonably take care of, given the time constraints we had. You know, and Dad doesn't want to spend every waking moment out here doing all that. So we're going to do a 50 by 50 garden this year. At least that's the plan. We're going to tear down all this dilapidated fencing. I'm going to go out and get some actual wire fencing instead of this deer netting we've been kind of like jerry-rigging along. But we're going to reset the fence. Hopefully it's going to be pretty nice. And then we're gonna lay out our beds, redo the trellises. We're gonna redo this thing, get it all ready to go, get it rabbit proof, and then we won't have to, hopefully it'll be easier to take care of. I am a little annoyed right now. That's okay.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
So anyway, divisional labor. I've got the kids doing different things. 2 of the kids are supposed to be snapping ties, but I only see 1 kid snapping ties right now.
Well, that's because it's taking a lot of effort to get the fence out of the ground.
Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna need to help them. That's really what it comes down to. See, the thing is that kids don't innately know how to work. You have to teach them. You have to instruct them. It's something that doesn't come natural. You know, nowadays most kids want to sit around, play on their phones, play on their tablets. They have poor interpersonal skills, poor communication skills. They're used to just sitting on their beds, sitting on the couch, like doing nothing, right? Playing video games, whatever. We're trying to unplug the kids a little bit, get them away from that stuff, you know, make them go outside, make them like do things that aren't easy, right? Because they need some resilience. We need to build into them some resilience and some determination, and I don't know, just so they're not soft, right? Not these snowflakes that, you know, when they grow up gonna just wilt when there's like pressure and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna help them out, give them some direction, and then I'll check back in. All right, so we've made some progress. My back's a little sore from pulling posts, but let me show you what we got going on. So yeah, we got all the posts up. Kids are ripping up the dilapidated fence here. We got everything ripped out over here. We got some more fencing to pull up over there. The challenge is that we had buried some of that chicken wire, so we're having to rip up through here. We're gonna try to fill that in and then take a tiller or something, smooth it out. I don't know, I'm gonna mow these weeds. It's raining right now, so the littles are underneath the table there taking shelter. But the goal is we're gonna again have about a 50 by 50 garden instead of a 100 by 50. So right about here, I'm thinking where this trellis is where the new perimeter will be, and then we'll go up this way, and where the rhubarb patch is, bring that down, you know, and have this big square basically that we'll be working in. Should be a lot more manageable, at least that's the goal. Easier to water, you know, so Dad's not gonna have to worry about the well and challenges there. Won't have to do as much weeding, hopefully, if we get things laid out correctly. It'd just be a tighter space. And I'm okay with that, you know. There's a lot of other things going on this year, a lot of other stuff that we're handling and responsible for, and just you only have so much time, and want this to be enjoyable, not a burden. It'd be different if I was like semi-retired or you know, worked closer to home where I didn't have a commute or whatever. It's okay. I mean, seasons change, things change, and it's fine. You just try to enjoy what you can, you know, in the season that you have it. Try to be grateful for every moment. I will take them here, honey. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm gonna help these kids out, and then we'll wrap up. Well, it wasn't easy, but we got it done. It's been pouring down rain, a steady drizzle anyway, for the last probably hour we've been here. I'll pan out to the garden here. So we've got all of the fencing out. The only structures that are still up are the trellises, which we'll figure that out another day. It's just, kids are cold and wet. It's like 50 degrees. It's not the best weather to be out. But it actually was decent weather for the most part to do this. It's not easy. It wasn't easy pulling all that out. We didn't have to deal with like mosquitoes or you know, the heat. There's the remnants. About a 5 foot tall pile of just mangled mess. Looks like the kids threw one of the little yogurt cups out there. So we're getting closer to a blank slate. The next step will be to get our fencing. It's going to be a little bit better quality, not the deer netting. Not that the deer netting was bad, but we're going to section this off and then make up our beds, and should be able to plant hopefully next week. So I guess that's it for now. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye.